In the last few days, Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones was spotted in a well-known photo of a mob protesting the desegregation of his Little Rock High School when he was just a teenager. And LeBron James wants to know why more people aren't talking about that. Watch this.
I got one question for you guys before you guys leave. I was thinking when I was on my way over here, I was wondering why I haven't gotten a question from you guys about the Jerry Jones photo. But when the Kyrie thing was going on, you guys were quick to ask us questions about that. I feel like as a black man, as a black athlete, as someone with power and a platform, when we do something wrong or something that people don't agree with, it's on every single tabloid, every single news coverage. It's on the bottom ticker. It's asked about every single day. But it seems like to me that the whole Jerry Jones situation photo, and I know it was years and years ago and we all make mistakes, I get it. But it seemed like it's just been buried under like, oh, it happened. Okay, we just move on.
LeBron James not weighing in on Jerry Jones or Kyrie. He's putting the question to the media. What do you think about that?
The last thing you want to do when you're an athlete is get up there and talk about something doesn't have to do with your sport and what you're a pro at. I'm constantly in awe of LeBron James. I think he gets it right most of the time. But he's absolutely right here. Kyrie was saying the stuff he was saying last week. Kanye saying the stuff he's saying. Everybody's there shoving a microphone in your face. What do you think? What do you think? This thing happens with Jerry Jones? Yes, it did happen 40 years ago. I saw Stephen A. Smith took up for Jerry a little bit this week. I disagree with Stephen A. I like Stephen A. I respect Stephen A. I disagree with him on this. Jerry Jones was 14. In his explanation, he said, coach told us not to go up there and knucklehead me. No. That's not the point. Yeah, it happened a long time ago. We want to see contrition, some contrition. We do want to see more black coaches get opportunities. We want to see one in Dallas at some point. More black executives in the NFL get opportunities. Those are the things that probably should be being addressed with Jerry Jones right now. But I understand some people might not want to do that because it might restrict their access to Jerry Jones.
What about us, guys? What about the media? The stories that we're talking about, right? Brett Favre and his controversies didn't get nearly as much attention as we've seen other athletes, black athletes, over the last few years.
I think part of the brilliance of what we watched, and very thoughtfully it's not like you see LeBron James going into every controversy. He's so thoughtful and specific about what he does. And he did it with Jerry Jones before, right? When he was the one who said, no taking the knee, there will be no taking a knee. That's when LeBron said, I'm going to say something. And what I've seen over the last several hours as I was looking into this is members of the media who do sports columns, writing columns and saying, I need to look at myself now. I need to think about what he just said to me. It makes sense. And that's what LeBron James did there.
People from Ohio, they're critical thinkers, Christian.
I can't agree with you more.
You and I are both business journalists, and business journalism is modeled on sports journalism, right? It's calling balls and strikes, and we often didn't want to give up access to the people we cover.
Bingo.
By being critical of them, right? You get to cover more people in sports and in business by not calling them out.
By only hitting singles and doubles.
That's
right. You don't want to hit a home. Oftentimes, you don't see business journalists or sports journalists go for the home run because they want to stay in the game.
And so I thought that was actually very thoughtful, not just for people who are sports columnists and sports reporters, but for all of us to say, do we treat everybody fairly? Do we actually report the same way? And do we call for the change that you talked about when we see these things happening? Do we say, all right, Jerry Jones, we're not all mad at you that you were a knucklehead when you were 14 years old, but how does the world look different now, and what accountability do we hold people to?
And that's what I want to hear, what the rest of LeBron James was probably getting at, which is, look, when you look at what you guys wanted, which was immediate contrition from Kyrie, you wanted the apology, you wanted to hear the penance right away. Was his question, did you overreact to Kyrie because you didn't react to Jerry? So is where we need the correction to the immediate reaction So, because I don't think he's looking for punishment for
Right,
Jerry.
or consistency.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Tone it down, come back, and let's kind of take a breath before we immediately jump in, see something, and say, that's bad, you need to apologize for it. And yeah, when you look, and it's overwhelmingly black men versus white men, yeah, well, that also paints this in a different color, so to speak.
All right, let's turn to the World Cup. Riddled with controversies, human rights issues, the issues about not being able to wear the armband. The issues go on and on. But have those controversies overshadowed the games?
Yeah, but that decision was made when they decided, first of all, to put it in Qatar.
Boom.
Number
so
one.
do you think FIFA is going to be a lot more thoughtful next time around?
No. As a guy with the shape of whose head is the shape of a soccer ball. No.
You realize it was in Russia before it was in
I was just trying.
Football and FIFA are not going hand in hand.
We went from Russia to
I want to remind
Possibly
everybody
North Korea next.
about
Yes.
things that happened a long time ago that we forget.
Trying. Hold on, you were saying we needed to be optimistic, right? I was trying to be optimistic. I was trying to connect.
Right. So keep in mind, guys, this landed in Qatar as the result of a little bit of under-the-table stuff.
A little bit?
And when you think back to it, the amount of money, I think you and I have talked about this in the past, the amount of money it took for people to be bribed so that the World Cup could be in a place that it was entirely inappropriate.
There's not enough zeros.
No, it wasn't much money. I seem to recall it being like fewer than $10 million. Like it was just
that we
individual
know of,
bribes to
Come
people.
on. That we know of.
Above the table.
I'm just what I was going to suggest is that we should just all get together at some point and bribe like FIFA to bring it to wherever you got Bergen County in New Jersey.
It's also what comes after this too. So it's the under the table.
Right.
It's the upfront.
So are they going to? In the answer to the question of are they going to make a better decision? No. That's
Okay,
not
well,
what
guess
it's
what
about.
we are getting? We are seeing the U.S. women's team for the first time get a cut. Chris.
You don't like it?
Well, no. I mean, look, they're getting $6.5 million. That's
At this
more.
point, it could be more.
At this point, but that's more than they got for the 2 times they won, by the way. And how much is it? I think I wrote it down here somewhere. They're getting $440 million overall for the Cup this week, whenever it plays out. The women will get maybe $60 million. That's 7 times. So, yeah, we're still crawling, scraping.
And
So you're not mad at the deal. You're just saying it's
I'm not
anywhere
mad at
close
the deal.
enough.
I'm saying we're really taking these little baby steps. I think it's fantastic. The women should get the money.
Especially given how popular women's soccer is, right? You can't make the argument, oh, nobody cares about women's not in soccer.
Nobody's ever heard of Mia Hamm.
The men haven't, the men have been moving the game forward in this country. The women have been bringing home trophies for a little while now, and I love that the men have stepped up and they are sharing.
And I love that
for
there's
the
a
brand,
woman on the field
for
as
the
a
brand.
referee.
I do too.
Yeah.
We are out of time, but here's the good news. All of us collectively together can get behind Team USA tomorrow, because tomorrow at 10 a.m. we are going to see the men's team continue on. Who are they playing? Netherlands.
Netherlands.
That's what everybody's doing tomorrow at 10 a.m.